was the greatest empire the world had ever seen. At its peak, 1 in 4 humans alive on Earth lived under its rule. Its roads stretched 250,000 miles. Its armies were unstoppable. And then, in a single day, it was gone forever. This is the story of Rome's last 24 hours. September 4th, 476 AD. The city that once made kings kneel was now trembling. Not from an earthquake, not from a plague, from a man named Odoacer, a Germanic warlord who had decided today was the day Rome would finally die. But here's what history books never tell you. The people of Rome didn't even realize their world was ending. That morning, life looked almost normal. Merchants opened their stalls, bread was baked, prayers were said. The last Roman emperor, a teenage boy named Romulus Augustulus, woke up in his palace not knowing these were his final hours on the throne. He was 16 years old, barely old enough to shave, yet he carried the weight of 1,200 years of Roman history on his shoulders. And he was about to drop it. By midday, the news had reached the palace. Odoacer's forces were at the gates, not just an army, but a message. The message was simple: surrender the throne or Rome burns. Romulus called his advisors, his generals, his guards. One by one, they told him the same thing. There is no army left to defend you. The great legions that had conquered Britain, Egypt, and Persia, gone. The treasury that once funded the world's most powerful military, empty. Rome had been hollowing out for decades, and nobody had stopped it. Here's something that will haunt you. The Roman Empire didn't fall because it was defeated in one great battle. It fell because of something far more dangerous: comfort, corruption, and the slow rot of a civilization that forgot what made it great. For over 200 years before that final day, Rome had been slowly bleeding, emperors assassinated, borders crumbling, citizens who no longer believed in what Rome stood for. By 476 AD, the empire wasn't conquered. It simply gave up. By late afternoon, Odoacer entered the city. There was no epic final battle, no last heroic stand. Romulus Augustulus, the last emperor of the Western Roman Empire, simply handed over his crown. He didn't even fight. He was exiled to a castle in southern Italy, given a pension, and told to live quietly. And just like that, the Roman Empire was over. 1,200 years of history, gone before sunset. But here's the part that truly stays with you. Odoacer didn't declare himself Emperor of Rome. He didn't even want the title. He simply sent the imperial crown to Constantinople and said, "The West no longer needs an emperor." 5 words. That was Rome's obituary. That night, for the first time in over 1,000 years, there was no Roman emperor in the West. The people who had built the Colosseum, the Pantheon, the greatest road network in human history, were now subjects of a Germanic warlord who didn't even want their throne. Historians would later call this the beginning of the Dark Ages. And in many ways, the lights of civilization had dimmed. Walk through Rome today, and you'll step on the same stones those last Romans walked on. The Colosseum still stands. The Pantheon still stands. But the empire that built them, dust. And maybe that's the most important lesson history can teach us. No matter how powerful, how vast, how eternal something seems, nothing lasts forever. Every empire has its last 24 hours. If you found this story as fascinating as I did, there's an entire graveyard of lost empires waiting to be uncovered. Next week, we're going somewhere even more mysterious, a city so advanced, so powerful, that it vanished without a single trace. No ruins, no bodies, no explanation. Subscribe to Lost Empires so you don't miss it. History is full of secrets. We're just getting started. Thank you for watching and subscribe for more content.